Okay, welcome back to second semester here. Today we're going to go through a few things, and the first video of what I hope to do is two short videos. This first video is going to be a sort of a review or refresher course on where we left off with regard to some of the classroom expectations. A couple things here, announcements on this sheet of paper you're going to see behind me on the board and on your screen is want to make sure that each person has a math workbook. These were passed out before the end of the first semester, the Eureka Math, whether it be geometry or algebra 1. If you do not have one, if you did not get one issued to you, be sure to get with me so that I can get you a book. Anybody who missed first semester final exams, the office will be coordinating with you to make those up. And then finally, this week, we will primarily be focusing on reviewing the final exams that we took at the end of the first semester. We're going to, again, like I said today, go through the class expectations so that we kind of hit the ground running here in the second semester. And then we're going to review some first semester material in each of the classes, geometry and algebra 1. At the beginning of the year, I gave you a syllabus that outlines all the expectations, class rules, etc. in this class. Let's start with, and by the way, as we're doing this, I would encourage you to take out a blank piece of paper and to maybe jot some notes down, because at the conclusion of this video, I'm going to be giving you an assignment that will basically refer to the things that we've discussed in this video, and it'll be worth 10 points. Let's start with the class expectations. Nothing's changed from that we cited at the beginning of the year. Be seated when you come into class. When the bell rings, there'll be something on the board for you to do. We call it a bell ringer, or at least a warm-up problem of some sort. Put the cell phones away in your book bag. They should not be on your person. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. And during any assessments, the Apple Watches have to be put away. Any similar devices must be put away at that time. Even though it says do homework outside of class, we do a different approach. Our work is done in class, so that expectation is that you're going to be doing your work that's required for me to grade in class. Maintain notes from your daily lessons, and you should have a separate folder, a separate notebook of some sort, and you should be able to perform work at the board occasionally. But you should also be able to work cooperatively in small groups, because we do and we will be doing a lot of work second semester in small groups. Each of those things are listed there. Maybe there's one that you can think of that you can get better on, and I'm probably going to be asking you to recite that here at the end. Which one of those that you can do a better job with? So the next thing is class rules. This is listed on my board here in class. It's also something that we discuss every single day. Follow the directions first time given. If I have to repeat the directions, then basically there's a disconnect, and I want to try to help you as much as possible become a better listener, because if you're a better listener, you're a better learner. Use only appropriate language and or behavior. This is a setting that I do require that you prescribe to language that's appropriate and behavior that's appropriate and respectful. And that's been from day one. Bring all necessary materials to class. If you have to go to, say, your locker to forget something, I mark it down as a target. If you've forgotten something for whatever reason, you have to leave the room, I mark it down as a target. You'll see there in the class rules, again, I stated it earlier, no cell phones visible or in use during class. And nothing new there. Just want to, again, revisit these things so that we're all on the same page. Materials needed. And you'll see that's in another box there. It's just a screenshot from the syllabus that I gave you at the beginning of the year. You should have a folder, as I mentioned a minute ago. You should have either a folder, a binder, or some sort of notebook that is only for math and the collection of your math notes or your warm-up exercises or whatever we do outside the Eureka Math workbook. Loose leaf work paper is always a good idea to have available to you. The third thing, earbuds or some sort of ear device to when you watch your videos, your lesson videos, you can concentrate. And I'm looking at getting a set for our classroom, the nice noise reduction ones. But if you have your own earbuds, please bring those in. Pencils, not pens. Now, I usually have pencils available, but it's no excuse to come in here not having something to write with. So that is the expectation of what you're supposed to be bringing material-wise. And then bring your textbook and your workbook each day, as well as your computer, as well as that computer. You must have your computer each day. Okay. Restroom usage. Once again, we're going to talk about this. This is nothing new, just reviewing. Use the restroom before you come into class. I realize it gets cramped down there. I'm pretty lenient for the most part, but within the first 10 minutes of class or the last 10 minutes, I'm probably not going to let you, to leave for a potty break unless it's an emergency. And so if it's an emergency, be honest and say, yes, it's an emergency, got to go. Okay. If it's every single period though, as I started doing first semester, I will write that down. And if you're leaving every single class period, then possibly I need to help you out and check out, this information and pass it on to the nurse, because I certainly don't want to be contributing to, or at least not identifying something that might be a medical issue for you. So I want to be able to help you in that regard as well. So the nurse may be notified if it's a continual thing. Again, I mentioned that students who demonstrate daily interruptions to class due to requested restroom breaks will be encouraged to check in with the school nurse sometimes. If it's going to be every single day, there's got to be an issue there. And I want to try to help you to resolve some of those issues. And the nurse is here to help you as well. The cell phone usage, again, we mentioned that earlier. It's the same as the first semester. You can't have it out, can't be using it in a class for any reason per the school policy. As in the first semester, phones must be stored in your bag, not in your purse. So that's kind of where we're at. We're still there with those phones. Nothing's changed. General behavior. It starts with respect. I continue to talk about respect. If you want respect to be given to you, you have to give it. It's got to be a reciprocated thing. And one of my rules is when you walk in the door, then you don't have a right to cause other people to fail. If you want to fail, that's on you. But you also don't have a right to be disrespectful to your peers, to me. I'm here to help. And I know there are a lot of students who are here to learn, and they want a positive, an environment that's free of disruption. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Personal accountability is a choice. You have to be sort of understanding of that as you get older. A positive culture begins with mutual respect, and that's where it always begins in this class. Please note, don't be upset whenever I begin to hold you accountable for the expectations that have been set from the very beginning of the year or are set by the school. In other words, school rules. If you come in this class, I'm going to make you accountable for violation of those school rules. And if you get mad at me, so be it, but that's just the way it is. For things like the phone, these are hot topics. No hat, put your hoods down when you walk in. Just random disruptive behavior and comments that are avoidable, are just simply avoidable. Expectations for students absent from class. I sent this very message right here on the Google Classroom to everybody. And so I really need you to watch and to absorb this again, because if you're gone, the expectation is right there. Whether it's a field trip, your quarantine, non-quarantine sickness, any reason at all, log into your Google Classroom, find out what we're doing. We use a flipped classroom, a flipped learning approach, so the lessons are recorded. There's no reason for you to say, I didn't understand what you're supposed to be doing. There's no reason to email me saying, hey, what are we supposed to be doing? I mean, you can email me with questions about the assignment, but to say that I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, that expectation is right there again. The number of days you miss is the number of days that you had to turn in for full credit. So if you wish to be involved in class through a Google Meet, you're expected to email me in advance of class providing, me some sufficient notification and ample time to set it up. So again, regardless, it is up to you to secure the assignments and the activities that we do in class when you miss. If you need further directions or assistance on the assignments, please contact me. And listed also, blue days, those are my times that I'm available to chat. White days and on Mondays, there they are. Just a few observations from the first semester. These are things that I hear from students quite often, student responses. I record some of these, and these are some of the things I've heard. Quote, I couldn't do the homework because I don't have a compass, mainly for geometry, or the compass doesn't work. Okay, all right. I don't have a ruler. I don't have a pencil. I don't have a calculator. These are all things that I continue to hear. And so I always try to meet those and say, how can we keep those from popping up? Well, for one, I have calculators here. I have pencils here. I have rulers here. Okay. I have compasses that we can make work here. That should not be an excuse. The next three, I don't have a notebook. I forgot my book. I forgot my computer. Now those are problematic. Those are going to get you some time, possibly, if it becomes a habit, with detentions, not remembering to bring those things to class. The next few items, I didn't do my work because I was not in class. Well, I just went over the expectations if you missed. I didn't know we had an assignment. Well, that's, again, that's part of your responsibility, is to know what's going on, okay? So let's not kid ourselves. That's part of your responsibility, to get on Google Classroom or to be present in class and understand what's going on and listening. I didn't understand how to do the work. Now, to me, if you get lost, the video lessons are great because you can rewind, you can watch it multiple times, and then also you can also get with me during my prep time to help you during recovery or after school. So no excuses there. No reasons to let those impede you from being successful. Again, I'm trying to accommodate and to help as much as I can. Identifying those things are really important to me, what I'm hearing from you, and then trying to help you out. And of course, the flip learning format. Listen, we're going to continue with this. I think it's such a great format for us, for students who are gone for whatever reason. You're not really missing it. If you want to get the material, it's right there. In class, I've seen really good things in class with the flip learning. And in addition to that, we are going to accompany this semester, hopefully, to accommodate some of the things I heard at the end of the first semester, accompany after each video lesson, myself doing more modeling and helping you sort of segue from that video to the skill that I want you to learn with me, after each lesson, after each video lesson, to support you. And so I'm looking forward to the second semester. One of the advantages of flipped learning is there's no homework, but the work in class has got to be done. And it has to be done genuinely. Otherwise, you're not really taking advantage of everything that we provided for you. In closing, I will continue to state that I am here to help you, period, without question. If you choose not to reach out when you have questions, please remember, I can't read your mind. So you have to come and be of the maturity to say, hey, I don't get this. Can I come during recovery? Can I come during after school? Can I set up a Google Meets? Those are all things that are available to you. My office hours, 3:10 to 3:30 throughout the week. I'm willing to stay after and help by getting on a Google Meet or in person. Doesn't matter to me. It really comes down to what you want to get out of the class that you're in. Hey, listen, I'm looking forward to second semester. I'm looking forward to being around you guys again. And it's going to be a great year for us. First semester just flew by, and I have a feeling the second semester will probably speed by as well. Anyway, hey, just a few moments, you'll be getting something from me, and we'll go from there. All right, guys.